you're tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio. And you listen, yes, massive, wagwan. I'm Robinson, Jamaican brother there, reaching out to all the massive on the African continent. And you're tuning into the Pan African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson, love, respect, and justice for all. Big up massive. And you're tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio. And you're listening to.
Yes, welcome to another beautiful episode of the Pan African Vision. This is the media of the 21st century, the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. To everyone who's here for the first time, Karibuni Sana. If you're tuning in via YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok, of course, on Rumble and BitChute. Welcome to today's conversation where we get to discuss literally different matters affecting the African continent and trying to seek a solution despite talking about the problems that actually are surrounding or facing its people. Karibuni sana once again. I'm your lovely host, JOBY, and of course, it is exactly 2 minutes to 1 p.m. right here in the 254. I don't know what's the time on your end, but I'd love to urge you, of course, if in case you're here for the first time, kindly follow the live creator. For those who are live with us on TikTok, and also follow the YouTuber, or however you want to call me, that is for those who are live with us on YouTube and also on Twitter. And of course, welcome and download our app, which is very easy to find on the Google Play Store. In case you're using any Android device, it's very easy for you to find us on the Google Play Store. Just search for Black Hot Fire Network. And once you have our application on the upper left, you're given the opportunity to actually explore the application, where you actually have the opportunity to sign in using your nickname or whatever username that you'd love to use. Just don't use the numbers. Personally, I love when you use a username so that I can be able to identify you. If you are the CIA, or who are you actually, who's there, communicating. My computer is frozen, so I'm trying to get back. Just a minute. Okay, so with that, yeah, so ensure you have the Black Hot Fire Network application, and once you have the app on the upper left, of course, it takes you to the exploration of the application itself. And I'd love to also remind you to check our amazing Black Hot Fire Network sports supplements. We have amazing sports and nutrition. We have vitamins and minerals. We have proteins and blends. We have amino acids and blends. We have beauty supplements, food and beverages, natural extracts, and of course, so much more that is under our category. But of course, when you check on the vitamin section, remember we also have the vitamin D. If in case you're literally looking to add some vitamin D in your body, to help yourself, this is the way to go. It's only very affordable, $19. We also have the green superfood, $35, of course, very, very helpful for you too. We also have complete multivitamin, which is $32. We also have energy strips and so much more. Under the beauty supply supplements, we also have amazing products as well. We have the Alpha Energy, we have the Brain and Focus formula, we have conjunctive support, we also have Cologne Gentle Cleanse, and also we can check out our amazing coffees. For me, I'd love me some Manuka honey, like I love saying every single time. If we can only get that actually shipped in Kenya, that would be super, super amazing. And of course, we also have the mushroom coffee fusion. We have the hemp coffee blend. We have the Brazilian blend as well. For those who are actually lovers of coffee, check out the amazing different flavors that we have there. Last but not least, we also have amazing natural supplements. We have natural, that is the lion's mane mushroom. We have the honey goat weed. We have the turmeric gummies, and we also have the sea moss, and so much more. If you go actually all the way down, it's not just what I'm showing, but of course, ensure you, once you have the application, the Black Hot Fire Network application, you check this amazing store right here. That is the sports store, and you can also check the Black Hot Fire Network merchandise store itself as well. You can get to purchase anything you like. If you want maybe bags, handbags, if you want t-shirts, anything you prefer to actually order. We have so many amazing things stored right here for you. If you love some glasses, to take your whiskey, we have them there branded. If you want some hoodies, you want Marvins, you want t-shirts, you want shorts, hats, everything, we got you plugged. This is the Black Hot Fire Network radio station once again. the media of the 21st century. Back to one more jam, and of course, we'll be coming back with the quote of the day. But of course, before we do all that, our conversation for today shall be focused on cancer treatment, where actually we have indigenous plants that have been helping majority of people from various African countries. I'm talking about the Northern African, we're talking about East Africa, we're talking about also some part of West Africa. We've spoken about how it is in today's world, I believe it is very dangerous for anyone who comes with any sort of invention, because the white people, your president, your leaders, they actually will not support that. They're not going to allow you to kill their business, because whatever they've been doing is business. When you talk about the cancer treatment, we've seen so many African people, especially number one, being the target because of how the foods have been messed up and so on. Literally, majority of us, despite even all that, the treatment itself, not everyone can afford. And even the treatment itself, despite affording, it is not helping you, but it is killing you. It is actually making you way worse instead of you getting better. So basically, we shall be talking about the Africa indigenous plants that are treating cancer. I'll be sharing a story coming from Kenya. That is actually right here in Rongai, where we have actually a very active practitioner, traditional medicine practitioner, who has been helping so many different people. We shall also share a video coming from different African people sharing their experiences.
October is breast.
Yeah, sharing their experiences on how they find it super hard to treat cancer, and how this has actually led to so many cases of poverty, because people end up selling their lands and so much on that people do not have any idea of. And being October is actually the Cancer Awareness Month, and this week on the Vibe Show we shall be having, and next week, I think in the next coming weeks, we shall be having amazing professors or professionals who shall be tackling this on the Vibe Show this coming week, and I think next week as well. But being October, it's a month, it's a Cancer Awareness Month, and I'll just take a short musical break and then come back as I explain much further on why we are discussing on this. Because I did see during the weekend, actually, we have, that is Harvard University, that has been able to come up with a new cervical cancer vaccine. So we shall be talking about that, and of course, going back to the indigenous African plants that are right now helping majority of the people, and how this has been so, I'd say, people have overshadowed this. That is literally how I'd use the term overshadow. They have literally thrown this under the bus, and that is because, of course, you do not control majority of the places you attend, not even your system. But along that, we shall also discuss the impeachment of our president, now deputy president, who of course faced some tough questions. That is towards the end of the show, but I'll be coming back, of course, with the quote of the day as we get started with the issue of cancer, how Africans can actually be able to help themselves. Where can you find majority of these things required? Because it's not like they're not there. Apparently, I was shook and I was showing money. These are some of the things to consider weed. It's crazy. Yes, of course, catch me tonight on the Culture Show, myself and Kamlesh. That is on the Culture Show if you want to listen to much more of these amazing bangers. But of course, karibuni sana once again, everyone tuning in live on TikTok. Shout out to Mr. Black on Fire, everyone live with us on YouTube, on Twitter, on the radio station, on Rumble, on BitChute, on the show page, on Amazon TV, on the Roku TV Manze, and to everyone who also gets to catch the shows on Spreaker and Spotify in form of a podcast. I hope you guys get to enjoy. Remember, you can send your email in case you want us to change anything. That is under casingnews15@gmail.com. And also you can tag us, or rather also communicate to us via Instagram or our social media under, that is Black Hot Fire Network. Everywhere you'll find us actually is under Black Hot Fire Network. You can also email us, that is at Black Hot Fire Network 254@gmail.com. And of course, we'll be checking traditional medicines, whereby drinking water sometimes, or when you have a headache, it means maybe you need to hydrate your body, or you need to live healthy, eat healthy, or stop drinking maybe something that you've been using that actually maybe is messing up with your body. Sometimes our body communicates, and we do have natural ways of healing, but it's so sad again. The system, the way it has been set, and the mentality we've grown up with, as much as our bodies can heal themselves naturally too, we've so long actually dependent on what is killing us, thinking it's actually helping us. That is what we've relied on, thinking we're getting help, but getting actually more killed. I love always using an example, and when it comes to cancer debates, I love this because I'm a victim of a cancer patient, and literally I saw how this can, it sucks the shit out of you, like it drains you, like it drains you. You could be looking this good today, tomorrow your bones, even the collarbones that are seen, like you'd see every structure of my bone because you're not eating well. Number one, you have to rely on things that are not even helping you in any way. Because I remember for me, my mom used to be told to eat kiwi. Kiwi was not even helpful that much. If you try look at the kind of plants you're being told to seek that are supposed to help you generate blood in your body and help you to gain strength as a cancer patient and to keep you moving day by day, it's not what we have today. So I remember she used to be told to eat kiwi, a lot of liver because of the blood, and I can't remember majority, and some vegetables. I remember some vegetables, but all this classification of what you're telling me as a cancer patient, I can't even live this life every single day. If it's me going to the hospital, number one, that's already a problem. Bribing the doctor, that's a big problem too. I don't have the money, and I need to have the money to see the doctor because I'm in pain. Me being a cancer patient, I don't have a dollar every day to be buying kiwi fruit for myself so that I can get better. As a cancer patient, every day I don't have the money to buy liver so that blood can keep on generating or to keep on to add blood on my body. I don't have the money for the greens because they are really expensive greens. And sadly, these are the same greens I was talking about the other day. We grew up, like someone like me, I grew up throwing these greens to cows. But now you grow up, you find how expensive they are and how reliable they are in different ways. It's so astonishing. It is so astonishing. So I'm gonna start with this story coming from this lady. She figured out she had a cervical cancer when she was pregnant, and I'm gonna read her story just a little bit, and then from there we're gonna go to Harvard University, which during the weekend gave us reports. Right? This is coming from Malawi. Excuse me. During the weekend, we had reports where Harvard University managed to come with a cervical cancer vaccine. And then I'm doing more research and figuring out we've had cancer patients who've had cervical cancers, but they have relied on indigenous plants, not the VACCINE, and they have been healed. So we're gonna just break it down as you see how, because as I was reading yesterday during the Africa Today show, how the medical system is set up, especially when it comes to Black people. It's all about generating money to them. It's not even about women. It's Black people in general. It's a system that has been created to literally steal. Because if you, like I was saying even last week, if you try to look at most of the insurance covers or health insurance, it's white people who are benefiting from majority of it. It's not Black people globally. You pay for the health insurance cover, but it can't even help you. It can't even cover the cancer treatment or even a headache treatment. So it's quite crazy. But let me share this. Let me read this story as we get to continue. So her name is Dorothy from Malawi. She's called Dorothy Masasa. And she says they're saying that Dorothy Masasa happily walks down a dirt road on a sunny afternoon where her baby securely strapped on her back. Just 6 months ago, 39-year-old, originally from southern Malawi, Tiolo district, was in Kenya for life-saving radiotherapy. Malawi has only recently received its first such machines, so other women with cancer may no longer have to travel abroad for treatment. She says I was registered as an emergency case after doctors discovered I had cervical cancer. While 13 weeks, they told me these two things do not go together. Give me a minute. So, yeah, she says I was registered as an emergency case after doctors discovered I had cervical cancer while 13 weeks pregnant, and they told me these two things do not go together. She says the doctors in Malawi told her that she could have an operation to remove the cancer, but this will terminate the pregnancy. Or she could have chemotherapy, but this would risk the baby being born with disability. She opted for chemotherapy until the baby was born via cesarean section, that is a C-section, cesarean section, that is the C-section, without any disability, and her uterus was removed in the same operation. Before diagnosis, Miss Masasa experienced cramping in her lower abdomen, bleeding, and foul smell vaginal discharge that just wouldn't go away. At first, doctors thought it was sexual transmitted infection, but despite the chemotherapy and the operation, she still needed further treatment to cure cancer. Treatment which wasn't available in Malawi until this year. She joined a group of 30 women who were taken to Nairobi Hospital in Kenya. And as I told you, Keith, the Jomo Kenyatta International the Jomo Kenyatta International Hospital is the biggest, literally, in East Africa. So you can imagine someone coming from Malawi all the way to East Africa to get treated. It's really crazy, and again goes back to the leadership. She joined that group of 30 women who were taken to Nairobi Hospital in Kenya by the aid agencies Medicines Sans Frontières, that is definitely a France whatever agency, to undergo radiotherapy to kill the cancerous cells. This was the first time she had traveled on a plane, so she was quite worried and also reluctant to leave her newborn baby behind. She says, but because I was going there for treatment, I encouraged myself that I should indeed go get treatment and that I would come back healthy and happy. That she would come back healthy and happy. When the BBC visited her at the hospital, Miss Masasa was still free from the effects of the treatment, having lost weight and her hair. Since she is one of the 77 patients who are airlifted from Malawi to Kenya for cervical cancer treatment since 2022. And mind you, it's not like Kenya itself has like cancer treatment, like the cervical cancer treatment. It doesn't. Only the radiotherapy, that is what basically they came from. They came for. And it's not helping you. It's killing you. Because I remember, man, observation is something very, very important. I observed my mom's illness very well. The changes from every stage, because I was very well updated every stage she was taking. Radiotherapy, she started reducing weight, chemotherapy, she's now more skinny, she's lost her hair, she's not eating, she's in pain. Let's continue. They're saying that 60 years after gaining independence from the UK, Malawi has only installed its first radiotherapy machine at the privately owned International Bladder Cancer Center in the March this year, marking a huge step in the country's health system. More machines arrived in June and are due to be placed at a national cancer center still under construction in the capital, Lilongwe. Although Malawi still has a long way to go to provide comprehensive cancer treatment, it is ahead of many countries in the region. In sub-Saharan Africa, more than 20 countries have no access of radiotherapy, which is critical to fight cancer. But I'm going to stop that just at that because the article is really long, but you can see that is the radiotherapy they got. That is what they have. You know, yeah. So in Malawi, they're talking about where the 7% esophagus type of cancer, breast cancer is 12%, other type of cancers is 33%, and cervical cancer is 38 on the lead. That is amongst women. We also have the Kaposi's sarcoma, that is, I think, found within the knee area. Excuse me, that is 6%. And then we have the non-Hodgkin lymphoma, that is the blood cancer, found within the leg area, 4%. It's crazy. I didn't even know all that. I'm also learning something there. It's crazy. So number one, you can see how many, the kind of red flag we have there. So many African countries do not even have equipments that should help them because they don't help. You know, many African countries are way behind, do not even have the radiotherapy machines. They need to be traveling all the way to other countries for them to seek help. While we have actually indigenous plants, one thing that I've not understood is whether these plants grow on their own or if they are planted. But they're quite interesting plants, and I'll be sharing the images as we get to continue. But before that, let me share now this video here, coming from this Kenyan man who has survived cancer before. He speaks about how he came to Rongai. Rongai is where I am actually right now, where our studio is located. And he found a guy, or he was actually advised to go to a guy who has been helping patients who have cancer with indigenous plants. And for him, he said he was healed. Let me share this very quickly as we get to continue.
With the cost of treatment for cancer patients getting out of hand amidst tough economic times, hundreds of cancer patients in the country have embraced the use of traditional medicine to manage their condition, even as more research is dedicated to ascertain the effects of the medicines. In a research commissioned by the government involving 443 cancer patients, it was established that 76% had reported improvement after using traditional medicine to manage cancer. The National Museums of Kenya, in marking the African Traditional Medicine Day, has launched a cancer palliative garden where plants used by cancer patients have been planted.
Kelvin Kariuki takes a walk around Mamangina Gardens in Thika Town, Kiambu County. It is in this quiet environment that Kariuki, a cancer survivor, takes his time to reflect on events that could have turned his life for the worst back in 2022. What started as an abnormal nose bleeding at work turned to a tumor, which later was diagnosed as stage 2 throat cancer.
Nikaanza chemo, baadaye kunipeleka pua. Akina chemo.
Yeah, so he says for him, he started chemotherapy. Of course, like I said, normally it won't do you good. It makes you weaker instead of making you better. So that was his first actually notice when he started medicine or the treatment. When he went to the hospital, he started the chemotherapy, but it didn't work for him. And it doesn't work for anyone. That's the side effects they don't tell you.
Zikula nika sasa hata mdomo huwezi tumia mdomo kukula. Nikaanza kukula na pipe. Ikakuwa was sasa ikaonekana mwisho labda leo sasa labda kufe.
But Kariuki's life made a turn for the better after the family was advised to seek help from a traditional health practitioner in Rongai, Kajiado County, and after a month he was back on his feet, eating and drinking as usual.
Hizo ni phyto, inaitangwa phytotherapy. So wanatumia dawa nikaa miti, lakini hiyo ni advanced, tuseme the whole year. Nikatumia hizo dawa za cancer. Nikatumia. So ikifika 2023, mimi sikuwa nakunywa dawa. Nikarudi kule nikapimwa, nikaambiwa sina cancer. So sikuendelea na dawa.
It is a testimony shared by over 4.
Yeah, so he says he was advised to come to Rongai, where there was this guy who has been not supplying, but has been helping patients who have cancer. And he came and he took the medicines advised by the guy for a year without mixing any synthetic drugs. He took it for a whole year consecutively until he went again they took a test on him and they found out he was cancer-free. He was a cancer-free patient. So you want to tell me it doesn't work?
400 cancer patients who were part of a research commission to assess if traditional...
I'm trying to look at the kind of route we have. I've never even seen this. I don't even know what this is.
Medicine has the ability to enhance quality of life for cancer patients.
Data and collection.
In the research led by the National Museums of Kenya and bringing together KEMRI, Ministry of Health, University of Nairobi, and Ministry of Culture officials, it was established that 76% of 443 cancer patients who had 7 different types of cancers had registered improvement after using traditional medicine.
76%, 78.2% reported redoing several activities that they had stopped doing. A bigger group, wenye walikuwa wameanza kuacha kukula, walianza kukula kwa sababu the throat ilianza kupunguka if you are suffering from throat cancer.
Madawa ambazo tunatumia ya kiasili ni madawa ambazo zimebeba rutubishi ambazo ni kwa wingi zinasaidia kujenga afya ama kurejesha kinga mwili, immunity. Kwa sababu saratani inapoingia inadhoofisha ile kinga ya mwanadamu. So tunapenda dawa zile ambazo zinarejesha kinga yake irejee kiwango ambacho iko sawa, na pia kuna sehemu ndani kwa zile dawa zinapingana na zile viini ambavyo vinasababisha ile kansa.
The findings which were shared during the ceremony to mark the African Traditional Medicine Day saw stakeholders call for more funding in research to build capacity among traditional health practitioners.
And that's where the problem comes in, because who are we asking for help again? Are we going to go back to the same people who have introduced the radiotherapy, the chemotherapy to us to help us? We're going back to the same enemy's pockets to fund us after finding help. It has taken, I wish I can just get the whole story, because I was not able to get the whole story. Of course, I can't get the whole stories too. They're not going to give us so much details, since right now they're hiding so much. But if only I can understand, like, with this kind of a guy, I don't know where he's based in Rongai, but this is someone I'd love to have a one-on-one conversation with. You know, when did you discover actually we had indigenous plants, you know? And how were you able to categorize them? Because this is happening in some parts of South Africa. Remember, I shared that some time back when I was talking about the herbal medicines and the different various helps they come with, the benefits, and how those South African women, they say for them, they don't just give away the medicine, they have to wait so that they can be spiritually communicated to through dreams majority of the time, so that they can know the kind of medicine to tap into. So with this kind of a guy, I'd love to know how was he able to identify, because with some of the plants I've seen, which I'll be showing again, like I said, the images, these are some of the plants I've seen growing up as a child. And sadly, we used to play with these kind of things. And I'm kind of quite very heartbroken. Being honest, I'm like, wait, this is something that was very common in our eyes. How? We lack so much information as a continent, as African people. Everything is right here, but we're seeking it elsewhere. Nature has given us so much, but we're running away from it. That is literally what I'd say. We're running away from nature. Because that's crazy. One of the plants literally shook me. So it's crazy. So as much as we can see the positive impact of this and how it can help so many African countries, instead of us getting funded or loans that we're going to pay in the next coming 30, 50 years, so that we can, because we've been given a radiotherapy machine, you know, because all that also definitely, I'm certain it comes with a price. This is why so many African countries do not have them. Literally. So many African countries do not have the radiotherapy machines because it comes with a price. It's crazy. But we have everything here, which is priceless. We just need to execute, figure out who can fund us. Because we can't say, nah.
And help reduce cost of cancer treatment.
That 2% of the GDP is supposed to be set aside annually to support research in science, technology, and innovation. Apparently, that has not been realized because of challenges that we know we face as a nation. We are operating at about 0.04%.
To culminate the celebration, 100 traditional health practitioners graduated after a successful completion of their course. National Museums of Kenya launched a cancer palliative garden where over 25 plant species used to manage traditional medicine to manage cancer have been planted as a sign of hope to those battling the disease. Gatete Njoroge.
Yeah, that is amazing. I mean, that is something very positive and beautiful to hear, that we even have graduates, people taking this course, because that is basically what doctors, nurses, anyone who's trying to seek medical courses, those are some of the things we should be learning. Beneficial, healthy ways of treating patients. We should be having more of these schools that are teaching the indigenous ways of living. But again, it's a problem when you ask for the funding of the project, such kind, because it's going to be destroyed. It's no longer going to be running with your narrative. They're going to now include the chemicals. They're going to now include a whole bunch of messed up things, and then we go back to the same 0 points. Because it's not like they didn't know. They have been knowing for so long we have this kind of medicines. But because the way they have dumbed down the African mindset to not even be able to reason, it's crazy. So as we continue, as I was doing my research, as I get to share the next video, but before that, I was doing my research and, of course, trying to figure out what are the traditional cancer medicines we have in Africa. And it says 2 surveys conducted at the National Institute of Oncology in Rabat, Morocco, showed that the most used plants by the patients were Nigella sativa. Let me show you guys the images of Nigella sativa. So I'm going to just go one by one as we continue. Nigella sativa. Where is it? Nigella sativa. Okay, so this is the Nigella sativa. So let me share my images, my screen very quick. So this is the Nigella sativa. Actually, if you try to observe it, it looks more like a vanilla pod, literally. But it's also called the black seed. And they're also saying its benefit, apart from which Google, of course, is not telling us it's helpful in cancer. I had to go deep in the details. For them, they're describing it as a black seed, which is beneficial in nutrition, and it is also very helpful in the uses and health insights. That is what they're saying, basically. Let me see if there's more explanation on that. Yeah, so it is also, so they're also saying its many uses have earned Nigella the Arabic approbation Habtul Bakar. That is what it says. It means the meaning of the seed is blessing. Antidote prepared for the seeds, and it's useful is in indigestion, loss of appetite. So basically, I believe and understanding why cancer patients are gonna be given the Nigella sativa, because that is Nigella sativa, not Nigella. Nigella sativa is because most cancer patients do lose appetite. So through Nigella sativa, which are some of the herbal medicines that are supposed to help you heal, it's gonna bring back the appetite. You know, because it helps in indigestion. Listen, loss of appetite, diarrhea, dropsy, amenorrhea, and dysmenorrhea, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and in the treatment of the worms and skin eruption. So those are some of the benefits we have from Nigella sativa, apart from heat actually helping in treating cancer. The second one, they said, is the Trigonella foenum-graecum. I don't know how to pronounce this term, so forgive me if they come out wrong, okay? Trigonella foenum-graecum, L. That is the pronunciation. And this is how it looks. Let me show you the images of it. This is how it looks. This looks more like mint, I'd say. I've seen a mint leaves, how they look like. I'd say it's giving me mint. Not really mint, but there's a certain herbal medication that is used. You know, let's see. So yeah, that's how it looks like. That is the Trigonella foenum-graecum. And they're saying that it is an annual plant in the family Fabaceae. The terms are really crazy. With no leaves, consisting in 3 small obovate to oblong leaflets. It is cultivated worldwide as a semi-arid crop, and its leaves and seeds are common ingredients in dishes from the Indian subcontinent, and have been used as a culinary ingredient since the ancient times. You heard? It has been used like that. So yeah, it is also beneficial in diabetes in many traditional systems, including Ayurvedic medicine. Yeah, so those are the benefits of Trigonella foenum-graecum, literally. So that is the second herbal medicine that we have. But I also see Sister Michelle in the building. Karibu, you said it is said black seeds oil cure many diseases. I bet so. I do believe that. That I do believe, no doubt. Because growing up, I think we've been given a lot of oil seeds, especially when you could get cold. My dad used to have this bad stinking oil seed that just used to smell so bad. So secondly, yeah, we have the Trigonella foenum-graecum. You can also call it the fenugreek, however you love to pronounce it. That we have the the pronunciations are crazy. Let me share my screen. This is the third one. The third one, we have the Aristolochia longa. I don't know if that is the right pronunciation I gave it, but this is how it looks like. Let me give you a clear image. The plant kind of looks weirdish. Man, looking at this is something that you have to have deeply studied plants for you to know. Shout out to that guy. You have to have deeply studied plants for you to know all this until you figure out how beneficial they are for you. Let me look at this. I don't know. I've never even seen this one before. I've never seen something like this before. I've never seen anything like this before. But that is the Aristolochia longa plant. That is also part of the cancer indigenous plants that are helpful for cancer treatment. And the other benefits for it, they're also saying that it contains Aristolochic acid, carcinogenic, and nepros. Hey, I can do that. I can shout out to the scientists, man. Shout out to people who do medicine, because the terms are crazy. The terms are so crazy. I don't know. So I can see more health benefits. I can see more health benefits. Unapiga kelele sana nyi watu. I can see the more health benefits from it. So, okay, so it prevents seizure. I found it. It is. It also prevents. It helps to prevent seizure. It increases sexual desire. Okay, that is the honey goat weed that we have on Black Hot Fire Drugstore. It increases the sexual desire, boosts the immune system, and starts menstruation. Okay, right. Okay. It is also used to treat snake bite. Okay. Intestinal pain, gallbladder pain, the gout pain as well, and achy joints. Also helps in weight of loss. Man, trust me, this is some serious study you must have done. I'm certain even if I want to, if I'm to go to the market today and ask for Aristolochia longa, I'm not gonna find it. Nobody's gonna be able to figure out what the heck that is, because myself, I can't even tell which kind of a plant is this. I've never seen this before. This is very new. I can't tell. I really cannot tell. But the last one of all of them, so far I've discussed 3. The last one of them is the Marrubium vulgare, if I'm pronouncing that correctly again. So I'm going to share just the images, how they look. So this is what I was saying. This one is something I think I've grown up seeing. These are plants I grew up literally seeing, if I'm not wrong. Again, you need clear study to understand what you're looking at. But looking at this, especially on the ground, they look like some plants I've grown up seeing and playing with, literally. Seen and played with. But more of the health benefits, it's part of also the indigenous plants that are helpful for cancer. More of the use or benefits is that it can be used as an anthelmintic against the eggs and vulva of bovine strongyline parasites, and as an antibiotic against bovine mastitis caused by resistant bacterial strains. Shout out to, again, the doctors and scientists, because it's crazy. But yeah, this one I don't think it has so much benefits apart from that. But I do believe it being helpful in cancer. Probably it has other benefits that Google will not tell us, and only for those who have studied can tell us. But looking at all that, and then looking at how Africans live today, and how much money has been spent in this hospital for people seeking actually help, while it is very in front of our eyes. You know how crazy it is again? It is crazy. It is crazy to me because we have these plants, and maybe some of them, like I was saying, we don't know if you have to plant them or they grow just, naturally. We can't tell. I really can't tell. Majority you can't tell. But from the video I've shared from the university, those who have graduated, those who have done the course, you've seen that they are actually planting those plants that have so far cured and helped patients. And it's amazing to see that. The only problem I have is when we accept the financial help, because it's no longer going to be your idea. It's going to be someone else's idea, and they're going to steal it away from you, and they're going to run away with the narrative because they funded you, and even become innovators like they always, do. It is crazy. It is insane. But as we come to the end, or closer to the end of the show, well, basically, I'd say, and what I've learned from this is, I don't know how or when Africans will realize this kind of stories, because we have so many patients who are in the hospital, so many people because of actually, number one, not being able to pay the medical bills. And probably you're there, you've not even been cured. Example is a cancer patient. Majority of the cancer patients will die in hospital because, one, of course, you're not getting better, you're getting worse. The medical bills are getting higher. And you might even sometimes the hospitals end up remaining with the body of these patients. Like it's so many times where we see morgues saying that people should come claim their body, the body of their beloved ones, before they are put on a mass grave or mass, it's that is one of the evidence that has led to such kind of situations. Because if I don't have the money to pay for me not wanting to be detained in the hospital, I'm gonna die there. If I die there, my family still does not have money to come clear the bills and pay for the morgue. So I'm gonna end up rotting there. So it's a fucked up system. But I just wish, and I'm saying I don't know when Africans will be able to go back to understanding these kind of things. Personally, I love and wish to meet this kind of indigenous people, because meeting them is also you benefiting, because you won't walk away like with empty hands. That's one thing I know about Africans. If you go learn about something, or if you go somewhere where there's plenty of blessings that you won't get where you're coming from, you live with some. So for me, if I'd go to South Africa and meet those women that I was sharing the story about them the other time, that would be dope. If I can find the contact of this guy from Rongai, I'm not sure how, but this is some very, very good information. For me, I'd love to hear him say, with majority of the plants like we've seen here, how was he able to recognize them? How was he able to know this is helpful in returning your loss of weight, and making you now become an appetite person, if there's such a term? How did you know there's something like fenugreek, such a terms? That is the Nigella, foenum-graecum. How did you know all these plants existed? How are you able to study one by one until having this university? It is something that would be amazing to learn. But anyway, as we come to the end of the show, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Shout out to Sister Michelle. Thank you for tuning in. Mr. Black of Fire, John Mosquito coming in late. Hello to you too. Have a good day. Shout out to Vin Oxen. Thank you so much for tuning in. And to everyone who's on the website, on Amazon. But before we leave, I'd love to remind you again, download our app, Black of Fire Network application. If in case you're here for the first time, number one, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitter, if you're right here on TikTok as well, follow the live creator. And of course, ensure once again, you download the Black Hot Fire Network application. Very easy to find. If you're using any Android device, on the Google Play Store, Black Hot Fire Network is where to find us. If you're using any Apple device, the website's link is the way to click or rather join us. And then once you have the application, on the upper left, it gives you the opportunity to explore the website or the app itself, literally. So once you have the application, on the upper left, click either on the show page, on the TV section, you'll be able to see the shows live. But once you sign in officially, you can actually be able to explore more and check out our Black Hot Fire Network store page, where we have amazing nutritions, vitamins and minerals, proteins, and so many beauty supplements and food and beverages that are put there for you. You can check out the vitamins, where we have vitamin D, green superfood, we have complete multivitamin, we have energy strips. And other beauty supplements also have amazing products for your lady, for your grandma, for your mama, for your side woman, Could be anybody. I don't know. But check out, we have the alpha energy, we have the brain and focus formula. If she's not focusing well, ensure you get at this, and also the conjunctive support and also the colon gentle cleanse. You don't want her messing in the stomach, grumbling all the time. That's not good, And also ensure you check out the beverages. We have the amazing coffee products. For me, again, I'll try the Manuka honey. I don't know about you. You can check out the mushroom coffee. We have the hemp coffee blend. We also have the Brazilian blend. John Mosquito, I don't know which one is yours. But last but not least, we also have the natural beverages. Check out the honey goat weed. That is what I'm telling you guys to go for. The men, if you've been failing in bed, please. The honey goat weed is very affordable. $33, imagine. And maybe we might get a discount. We also have the turmeric gummies. We have the sea moss. We have the lion's mane mushroom and so much more. Much love. See you guys later on the Black Kings frequency. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Peace. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just please read the comment you're saying. Let me see. Yeah, you missed the whole show. You can check out the replay. You're also saying subscribe, but don't expect any. I know. And that's why if you have the application, the Black Hot Fire Natural application brings you the notification. It does. I do believe there's a notification. It does. Apart from it pushing the notification messages, it does have a notification. So have the application, and of course also ensure you have the, because once you have the applications, you can check out at what time are the shows, because all the thumbnails are uploaded there on the front page. That's the good part. But much love, family. Have yourselves a beautiful day. You want a discount? Talk to Mr. Black Hot Fire Nice, then we'll see about that. Get the app. We get it. Get the app. Pick up Mzala. It's nice to see you, man. Tupatane leo usiku tonight, huh? When we put a late. Say my name. Anytime you want me, come around. Say my name. Anytime you don't have to call. Say my name.